Will it be Bradford? Will it be Wakefield? Just 80 minutes separates the Bulls and Trinity, and a trip to Wembley next month. And it's going to be Aribi Doro on tackle number 1, 10 out from his own line. It's knockout rugby league, no second chances. And as we already know, rugby league has that power to punctuate our lives with a type of Sunday afternoon communion that is so often absent elsewhere in our lives. That saying certainly rings true when it comes to occasions like this at Barricade Odsel, a large 6,000 plus crowd. So get ready, strap yourselves in and absorb every moment of the unscripted drama and entertainment that Bradford and Wakefield will deliver this afternoon. Bradford are 10 shy of halfway on the last tackle. Ball goes back to Lilly. Lilly sends one downtown. It's down the throat of Max Jowett. He will turn defence into attack, and the noise here, the intensity, with a minute gone on the clock. Wakefield's first spell in possession, and they're attacking from deep after that kick from Jordan Lilly. It's Daryl Alfort's there on tackle 2. Here goes Jermaine McGilvray. Welcome back, Jermaine. He's wrapped up 5 shy of halfway by Wilson and Davis. Out of dummy half from Hood. It's going to be a big strong carry here from Renew for Tony, and Wakefield 5 inside the Bradford half of the field as Hood goes short, and they're now 30 metres out here as Davis and Fulton come in, and they will wrap up Josh Bowden on the last tackle. So they'll go back to the 40 as Mason Lino will target McGowan in the sunshine. McGowan takes that one cool, calmly. He was composed. Bradford back in possession here. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Bradford 0, Wakefield 0 as a former Wakefield man, George Tafua, gets some good metres after contact. Here goes Kieran Gill. Bradford 20 shy of halfway here, playing away from the South Bank stand in this first half as Michael Lawrence carries Bradford 5 shy of halfway on tackle 3. Suter goes out of dummy half. He's wrapped up there by Griffin, and Bradford on halfway here as Davis misses out Doro, finds Lilly. Lilly puts boot to ball, sends one down towards Max Jowett, who floats it in centre field towards Daryl Alfort's, and early doors here, both sides on top with their defensive intensity as Arundel wraps up Alfort. It's inside the Wakefield 20-metre line. Second tackle gone. Wakefield still 20 metres out from their own try line. Moving the ball down the middle here with Josh Bowden. Big strong carry from him, from the former Hull FC man. He had over 10 years on Humberside. Jermaine McGilvray, he's wrapped up 5 shy of halfway. Tackle 4. As we see Hood go out of dummy half now to Pitts. Jay Pitts, a former Bradford man, wrapped up 5 inside the Bradford half of the field on the 5th and last tackle. Ball goes from Hood to Lino. Lino sends one up for McGowan again. Griffin's going to try and chase this, and there's a bounce of the ball here as Griffin has an air swing. Luckily for the Bradford Bulls, they will get a relieving penalty because Jermaine McGilvray has gone high here into the face of Jordan Lilly, who's put his body on the line, and that is the first penalty of the afternoon. Liam Rush in a perfect position there. Jordan Lilly saying it was above the shoulder, straight in the face, and that's an area Wakefield will be looking for a bit of improvement. Darryl Powell highlighted that during the press conference during the week. 7 penalties and 3 set restarts conceded last Friday against Sheffield. If they do that this afternoon, they're going to put themselves under a bit of pressure. So we've had 4 minutes gone on the clock. It's Bradford 0, Wakefield 0 as Lawrence draws in the defence along the line to Fulton. Fulton not tackled, allows the ball to go out the back door to Arundel. Arundel up to halfway for Bradford here. Both sides up for this one. It's been 45 years since Wakefield last graced the turf of Wembley. 27 for the Bulls, and here goes Tom Holmes. Tom Holmes wrapped up, 30 out from the Wakefield line. Gills in at dummy half to Lilly. Lilly to Lawrence. Another big carry here from Lawrence. Bradford on tackle 4. 20 out from the Wakefield try line Spartacard Odsall drenched in sunshine as Doro goes down the middle. They're in front of the Wakefield post on the last. Sutton out to Holmes, 10 metres out, they're going towards Gilling at the corner. Kieran Gill's run is halted. He just ran out of space and room there, Kieran Gill. Wakefield's defence alert to the danger. It'll be a play the ball for Wakefield Trinity. 5 metres out from their own try line. And we've had 5 minutes gone on the clock here. And it is Sunday afternoon Rugby League on West Yorkshire Radio. It's Bradford 0, Wakefield 0 as Daryl Alferts wins Wakefield's first penalty because Bradford are offside, not square at the marker. So an early penalty apiece to Wakefield and Bradford. And this will probably be Wakefield's best spell of pressure and possession in this game as Mason Leno kicks 5 inside the Bradford half of the field. Well, as we say, whatever is about to happen, 75 minutes left on the clock. Bradford or Wakefield, they'll be going to Wembley and they'll be facing either the York Knights or the Sheffield Eagles. We'll keep you up to date with all the scores as and when they come in. But Bradford now having to defend their own 20-metre line as Josh Bowden takes the ball from Liam Hood. He's wrapped up 28 metres out. They're going to come down the middle with Pitts. Pitts misses out to Tony, to Leno, to Griffin. Griffin's wrapped up there by Wilson's, Suter and Davis. The 15 metres out here. 2 tackles left for the blue-shirted Wakefield Trinity as Jay Pitts heads towards the post, offloads the ball to a Tony. It's going over towards Kay on that far stand side. And Liam Kay in career appearance 250 is wrapped up a metre out from the Bradford line. Lawrence had to come in there and make a last gasp tackle. Sloppy ball out of dummy half. Back to the 20. Jowett possession for Wakefield. Good recovery from Bradford. They're on the last tackle, Wakefield. They're in front of the Bulls post as Leno crossfield kick. He targets Arundel and Myers. Wakefield have lost the ball. Knock on from Wakefield. And that was good defensive pressure there from Joe Arundel, Jordan Lilly and Jaden Myers. Well, anybody, whether you're listening if you're a Bradford or a Wakefield fan, anybody leaving the stadium, all they want to see is 100% commitment. And so far, Bradford and Wakefield are doing just that. So Bradford 10 metres out from their own try line. If you have just joined us after kick-off, we will go through the team news once again when we next get a break in play. Jaden Myers plays the ball 10 out. Here goes George Tafu, a good leg carry from him. He's made 10 metres, the former Wakefield Manly man. Wrapped up there by Griffin and Pitts in a 2-man tackle. Suter's in at dummy half. Doro runs a little bit lateral there. He's trying to open Wakefield up and he's away. He's Doro. Doro gets the ball away to Arundel. Bradford, support on the inside. Fulton's going in. Fulton, yes! He's got there! Bradford opened the scoring! They've carved Wakefield up on the edges, and it was Aribi Doro! Doro, he just swatted off the Wakefield defenders, and it was Arundel. He had the decision, he had the choice. Does he go on the outside to Myers, or on the inside to Fulton? He went on the inside to Fulton, and Fulton has gone over at the right-hand side of the post. Wakefield carved up there, spat out, and Bradford have just scored from 70 metres out. A spectacular team try. And just when you think Aribi Doro, he's running lateral, he spotted that Wakefield's defence over on that right-hand edge. Ollie Pratt, McGilvery out of position. Maybe that's because McGilvery's come in first game back after his injury, but certainly Aribi Doro, he's played what he saw, and whilst everybody was thinking, where's Aribi going? He was the one who put a huge fend on Ollie Pratt. McGilvery was left for dead because Arundel was up and over halfway, and then it was, do you go on the outside to Jaden Myers or do you go on the inside? In the end, I went on the inside to Zach Fulton. His 4th try of the season. He represented the All-Stars back in February. Who could have dreamed he could be taking the Bulls to Wembley? Jordan Lilly then. Can he add a crucial extra 2? Yes, he can. Dare to dream. Bradford Bulls 6. Wakefield Trinity 0. West Yorkshire Radio Bulls TV. The perfect start, the perfect tonic for the Bradford Bulls. Well, Daryl Powell has admitted that his team are still learning about opposition teams following their relegation from the Super League. They have started the Championship season 7 from 7 and sit top of the table, but they have suffered cup exits to Featherstone. And are they about to suffer one against Bradford? There's a long, long way to go in this one. We've had 9 minutes gone on the clock. And Bradford 5 out from their own try line with Aribi Doro, but it's been the perfect start. There was a little bit of hesitancy in the commentary because everybody was just holding their breath to see, can Fulton make it to the line? I think it was Max Jowett who was tracking him and chasing him, but he just got the ball down. But it was a spectacular, scintillating move from the Bulls. And here they come again now, the 25 shy of halfway with Michael Lawrence. Souters in there at dummy half. It goes towards Davis to Doro. Doro's took a big collision there. Wakefield have lost a player here to a head injury. Play continues. The officials will have to stop the game here as Jordan Lilly's kick is taken by Max Jowett. He will stride out of the 20. He's brought down 25 shy of his own try line. And the clock will be stopped here because that collision with Aribi Doro has seen Wakefield lose a player on the floor. And one thing that Daryl Parrell will not want this afternoon is to be losing any more forwards, because he's took a huge risk in naming 2 players who perhaps you wouldn't really expect to be offering too much forward momentum, and that's Tom Doyle and Lachlan Walmsley. He's only got Caleb Ueli and Kai Rodwell, 2 very good players, it must be said. But we'll wait and see what happens here, because the clock is stopped here at Barnacard Odsal with 11 minutes gone. And the 6,000 plus crowd, it's a crowd that will better at least 3 Super League fixtures this weekend, as both Bradford and Wakefield send a very strong message to IMG that you still don't have the biggest clubs in that top flight competition. That probably will change going into 2025, with Wakefield almost certain to replace London, and then it will be 2 from Leigh, Castleford, Toulouse and Bradford. We are told there's less than 0.75 points between those 4 clubs. So Wakefield lose Josh Bowden to a HIA. That is a big blow now for Daryl Powell. The Wakefield doctor says he cannot continue, so Kai Rodwell, he will come on the field here. And Kai Rodwell, the former Parramatta Eels man, he was at the North Sydney Bears with Tyron Ott. So those 2, when they're out on the field, will know each other. So with 11 minutes gone on the clock, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, syndicated coverage as always. Bradford leading Wakefield by 6 points to 0 here in the sunshine, as Jermaine McGilvery has to front up and do a spell in the forwards here, because Wakefield just lacking a little bit of intensity in the forwards early doors. And that's another good tackle there from both Tom Holmes and Mitch Souter, as Wakefield try and get over the advantage line here with Ian Thornley. The 5 inside the Bradford half, but they're on the last tackle. Mason Lino boots a ball, targets McGowan again. McGowan, the Huddersfield Giants loanee, takes that one with the sun in his eyes, and Bradford 5 metres out from their own try line. George Tafua, tackle 2. Well, there's 4 ever presents for the Bradford Bulls. McGowan, Gill, Lilly and Apo. This is game number 13 alongside Eamon O'Carroll for them. Bradford 20 out from their own try line as Jaden Myers gets to his feet. McGowan tries to go short side, but he's not going to get past Wakefield captain Matty Ashurst. Here's Davis in the halves to Lawrence. Lawrence 5 shy of halfway. Good running there from Michael Lawrence. So Bradford on the last tackle. They go back to Lilly. Lilly from inside his 40. Targets Jermaine McGilvery. And Jermaine McGilvery takes that one from the clouds. He's wrapped up though by Wilson and Gill. And Jermaine McGilvery, a lot of experience from him. 313 appearances for the Giants. He played in England's World Cup final defeat in Brisbane back in 2017 when Australia broke England and Wayne Bennett's heart 6 points to 0. We all remember the ankle tap, and Jermaine McGilvery won't thank me for reminding him. So Wakefield on their own 40-metre line, 10 shy of halfway, playing the ball here with Hood. Now it goes towards Pitts. Pitts wrapped up there by Doro and Souter. Ball skittled out. Referee says time off. He's saying tackle complete, and then the ball skittled out. That'll actually benefit Bradford, will that decision, because Wakefield were looking to move the ball towards Alferts over on that left-hand side. Instead, they just go the direct route here, and the 5 inside the Bradford half on the 5th and last tackle. So they'll kick from halfway on the last. Mason Leno, high hanging kick, once again targeting McGowan. McGowan takes that one under a lot of pressure there from Josh Griffin and also Ian Thornley. So that's tackle number 1 for the Bulls. Out of dummy half here from George Tafua, tackle 2. They're 25 shy of halfway here, the Bradford Bulls. And already we're seeing some striking similarities and comparisons to that strong performance against Leeds back in 2019. Bradford certainly are up for it here as Fulton carries Bradford a metre shy of halfway on tackle number 3. What will Suter do here in at dummy half? Misses out Davis, finds Lawrence. Lawrence to Lilly. Lilly to Wilson. Wilson's 5 inside the Wakefield half here. Bradford leading Wakefield by 6 points to 0 after that 70-metre effort from Doro, Arundel and Fulton. Lilly's taken out off the ball. Penalty to Bradford in front of the post. Jordan Lilly on the last. He's been taken out. And will it be more than just a penalty? Mason Leno and Jermaine McGilvray are going straight over to referee Liam Rush. But Liam Rush is saying it's late contact on the kicker. And Eamon O'Carroll will look to where his coach's position is here on the terracing to our left. And he has 2 fingers in the air. And this could be a crucial 2 points for Jordan Lilly because it is 15 metres out, 5 to the left of the Wakefield post. So the second penalty of the afternoon, that's gone the way of the Bradford Bulls. I'm not quite sure who the Wakefield player was, but it was real dumb stuff to take Jordan Lilly out very, very late there. We've just got a replay coming up on the big screen. Very difficult to see because it was pretty much a second or inside a second after Lilly had put boot to ball. So, kick predictor turned on. We forgot to turn it on after Zach Fulton's try. His 4th of the season. Back-to-back tries for him. He scored last week in that win over Swinton. Kick predictor here at Barricade Hudsall for Jordan Lilly. This is saying 77%. This to give Bradford a 2-score lead, which Jordan Lilly does. Bradford Bulls 8, Wakefield Trinity 0. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, 15 minutes gone on the clock at Barricade Hudsall. And Bradford, they lead Wakefield Trinity by 8 points to 0. Fulton with the try, Lilly with the conversion, and he's added a penalty goal to boot here. So, Bradford, perhaps. Well, Mason Leno has kicked the ball out on the full here. It is going from bad to worse for Wakefield Trinity. And Darryl Powell must be wondering what on earth he is watching here. Because Wakefield, we've seen an act of self-sabotage already this season at Barricade Hudsall when Bradford threw away a 7-point lead. But now Bradford are in prime field position here to try and trouble the Bulls scoreboard operator again. So, Bradford will tap the ball 20 metres out with Tom Holmes in centre field here to Davis. Davis wrapped up in a 3-man tackle by the Wakefield defenders. That leaves them a little bit skinny on the edges, and that's where they go now with Lawrence. Lawrence 10 metres out to the right-hand side of the Wakefield post. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0, 16 gone on the clock. Holmes to Lilly, to Wilson, the Wigan youngster, wrapped up and rolled over there. Good defence from Jay Pitts and Renew for Tony. Ball goes across the face of the post again to Doro. Doro's going to be brought down and wrapped up. He's got 4 Wakefield players around him. And Bradford, a tackle left on this set of 6. They lead by 8 points to 0. Suter tries and pinches one, but Max Jowett wrestles him and lassos him back in the field of play. Last tackle play here for the Bulls. The boot of the ball from Jordan Lilly. Max Jowett put under pressure. It was an excellent kick chase from Zach Fulton and Joe Arundel. And we mentioned this last week. Bradford 4, Swinton into 3 goal line dropouts as that Tom Holmes-Jordan Lilly half-back partnership comes to fruition. We've just seen Jordan Lilly pinpoint accuracy on the kick. Max Jowett safety first. Well, this game has just about had everything, and the excitement is unbearable. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0. As Bradford have a bit of a stranglehold on proceedings here. Wakefield will be looking for a very strong defensive set here. But it's the perfect start for Eamon O'Carroll as we head towards the first quarter. Zach Fulton's wrapped up there by Kai Rodwell, Renew for Tony. And he's 25 metres out tackle too. Suter on that left-hand edge to Michael Lawrence. Look at Michael Lawrence score, the leadership. Vitally important to Bradford this afternoon as Suter zooms one across the face of the post to Lilly, to Holmes, to Fulton. Fulton's wrapped up there by Ashurst and Pitts and Kay. They go backed up on their own try line. They're 8 metres out here as Suter goes to Doro. He offloads the ball to Fulton. Fulton doesn't know whether to go left or right. He goes forward straight into Liam Kay and Jowett. And they're on the last tackle here. The Bulls a metre out from the Wakefield line. Suter to Davis. Along the line to Lilly. Lilly kicks through to Mason Lino. Lino's lost the ball backwards according to the officials. Wakefield back in possession. And Daryl Powell will be happy, delighted that Wakefield have managed to repel that repeat set of 6 on the Wakefield line. Well, this has all the makings of a real semi-final cracker, a classic for the ages, because it's Bradford 8, Wakefield 0, and we've just had exactly 20 minutes gone on the clock here at Barnacard Odsal as Michael Lawrence just throws himself into a Wakefield attacker. It's Matty Ashurst. Aribi Doro, those down in back play. What's up with Aribi Doro? He's holding the wrist. The referee will stop the clock. We've had exactly 20 gone. If you're just joining us, a lovely, scintillating team effort from the Bradford Bulls opened up Wakefield on the right-hand edge, and Zach Fulton, try number 4 of the season. That was in the 8th minute. Lilly converted 6-0. Then we saw Jordan Lilly taken out by the Wakefield kick chase defence, and that was a penalty in front of the post. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0. Ladies score at the LNER Stadium. That one's probably going to form Maddie Dawson-Jones, Maddie Marsh, James Glover with the 3 tries as Sheffield currently leads 16 points to 0. So as things currently stand with 60 minutes to go in both games, the final on Saturday the 8th of June will be Bradford against Sheffield at Wembley. Wakefield on the last tackle now as Doro gets the all clear to continue. It goes from Hood to Lino. Once again, he's looking towards Alforts on that far stand side. And McGowan's come up with the error here. But it's a penalty to Bradford. He gets the call from the touch judge, does Liam Rush, because he's saying Daryl Alforts and Matty Ashurst were offside inside the 10. So Matty Ashurst is having a word there with Liam Rush. And Wakefield very, very stuttery in the opening exchanges here. They've conceded 4 penalties now. It was 7 last week in that game against Sheffield, and that's an area Daryl Powell wanted to address. And when we spoke to Daryl Powell, he knew that it was going to be a big challenge on the field at Odsal where things are tight. He knows Bradford are going to be motivated and will have the backing of a very large crowd. His message to the players, though, he wants to see a fully committed performance, turn up with the right attitude, and that should get the job done on the field. Well, Wakefield trail by 8 points to 0 here, and they've got more defending to do as Davis finds Lilly. Lilly now to Wilson. Wilson wrapped up there by Renew Fantoni. And the Kiwi there just wanting a second bite as Doro is allowed to offload the ball to Suter. Lawrence now to Fulton, and Fulton goes straight in there to Manny Ashurst, and Wakefield trying to barrel him over the touchline. In the end, he puts the handbrake on and he's wrapped up 20 metres out. Myers in at dummy half. Now to Lilly. Lilly misses out. Doro, Holmes. Ball's gone behind everybody. McGowan, though, sharp shoots his way into the Wakefield line. And Bradford on tackle number 4. They're 20 metres out from the Wakefield line centre field position. That is going to go down the middle here with Michael Lawrence. We've had 23 minutes gone on the clock. 17 to half time. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0. They're on the last. Suter to Lilly. Crossfield kick looking for Gill, but he's found McGilvray, and here goes McGilvray. McGilvray's got daylight ahead of him, but McGowan and Lilly wrap up the former Huddersfield man, 20 shy of halfway on tackle 1. Here goes Alfort's tackle 2. Arundel's gone high on Daryl Alfort's. Wakefield awarded their second penalty of the afternoon, and Bradford now are going to be put under a lot of pressure because Wakefield, this is going to be arguably a very rare spell of pressure on that Bradford Bulls line. The penalty awarded on halfway. Don't forget, let us know where you're joining us from this afternoon. If you're joining us on West Yorkshire Radio or you're listening on the app, we could be going the distance this afternoon. So, Joe Arundel, the former Wakefield man, he actually played in the £1 million game for Wakefield back in 2015. We didn't really want to mention that, but certainly a very good checkered career. Here goes Kai Rodwell, 15 out from the Bradford line. Referee's going to say he's moved off the mark, he has to go back. He's still not played the ball correctly here, Kai Rodwell. So he's going to have to go back and play the ball correctly. As frustrating as it sounds, Hood to Lino to Pitts. Pitts goes straight into McGowan and Wilson. Bradford backed up on their own try line. Wakefield 10 metres out now. Lino towards Kay. Sharp run there from Ashurst on that left-hand angle. Tackle 4, 1 remaining for Wakefield Trinity. They're down by 8 points to 0 here as Mason Lino scoops the ball up off the bounce on the 10-metre line to Jowett. Chance save for Thornley. He's rolled over by Kieran Gill, and Wakefield, they're on the last tackle here, 5 metres out from the Bradford try line as Mason Lino gives it to Jowett. Jowett kicks crossfield, looking for Myers. Myers has lost the ball behind him, but it's going to be a penalty to Bradford because Myers has been taken out in the air. And Wakefield here are just hitting that self-destruct button. They've conceded 5 penalties here. Well, they might be top of the table in the Championship, and there's a long, long way to go in this one. But they really do need to try and build some momentum and ascendancy here. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0. Wakefield, as we know, relegation from the Super League. It's been a blessing in disguise for Wakefield Trinity, who were rebuilding in the Championship under their new ambitious owner, Matt Ellis. Runaway favourites to win the Championship and the 1895 Cup, according to the bookmakers. They know a return to Super League in 2025, replacing London, is almost certain to happen. But are they about to suffer another shock cup upset? They've already faced one in the Challenge Cup against Featherstone. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0 here as Fenton Rodgers comes on the field for his first taste, and he carries the ball up to halfway. Here goes Kevin Apple, and the Poppet New Guinean internationals wrapped up. 15 inside the Wakefield half of the field as once again Fenton Rodgers, second carry from him. So there's a lot of energy from Rodgers and Appo. They're 20 metres out here now as Tom Holmes drills the ball into touch. Good game management there from Tom Holmes. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0 on the scoreboard. And when you think about Tom Holmes, what a story, what a moment. You know, it's the stuff of dreams for Tom Holmes. He returns back to rugby league action. It's his 3rd game since obviously the cancer scare, diagnosed with that rare form of cancer in the off-season, and certainly the 28-year-old looking to make up for lost time. So Bradford looking to put that defensive squeeze here on Wakefield Trinity as we find ourselves 12 minutes away from the interval here. So Doro earning a well-earned rest off the field as Kevin Appo comes on. Renew for Tony is wrapped up there by Rodgers and Gill. Here goes Hood out of dummy half. Hood along the line to Rodwell. Rodwell's immediately smothered there by Lawrence and Appo. Wakefield on their own 30-metre line. Mason Lino looks for a 40-20. McGowan has to go across, and he just gets there in the nook of time. So 10 out from his own line. McGowan is going to be wrapped up there by Mason Lino. And Mason Lino's gone down. He looks in a lot of discomfort here, Mason Lino. Looks like he's rolled his ankle. He's coming towards the touchline and the Wakefield physio. So Wakefield are down to 12 momentarily. This could be a huge blow. They lost Luke Gale at the captain's run yesterday. They've already lost a player to the HIA as Jaden Myers now carries Bradford 25 out from his own try line. One of those roll your sleeves up and sweat kind of sets. As Lilly kicks from his own 40, doesn't have the accuracy, but he's got the distance. No, he hasn't. Rolls dead in goal. Max Jowett just happy to let that one roll dead. Well, Lachlan Walmsley on the bench in place of Jermaine McGilvray. He's warming up from the touchline here. And we've got exactly 10 minutes to go to half-time. And Bradford have Wakefield just exactly where they want them. 8-0. The Bulls over Wakefield Trinity. As Liam Kay drops the shoulder, runs straight into Apo and Lawrence in a two-man tackle. The 5 shy of halfway. As we see a little bit of second phase play there from Wakefield. As Ashurst takes the ball from Hood and makes 15 metres. 5 inside the Bradford half where he will play the ball. Here goes Rodwell to Jowett. Jowett to Pitts, the former Bradford man, wrapped up there by Holmes. Gill and Wilson, they're on tackle 4 here, Wakefield. They're 40 metres out in front of the Bradford post as we see Caleb Ueli, the 24-year-old New Zealander. He's making big metres off the interchange bench for Wakefield, and Wakefield on the last tackle now, 15 out from the Bradford line. It goes from Jowett to Leno, George to Fua. They're going to score a Wakefield. Referee will disallow the try. It was the impact, it was the collision from George to Fua on Ian Fawnley, the former Wigan Catalans Lee centre. The touch judge comes on the field. Try has been disallowed because Fawnley has knocked the ball on over the line. We'll just wait and see what happens here because Tafua, he's in the physio treatment room, and that is what you're talking about. We've just seen George Tafua just throw himself at Ian Fawnley, and it was the muscularity, the strength, the impact of the collision. The officials have given it the all clear, but that has just knocked Ian Fawnley for 6. He was clearly dizzy in dreamland. And from what must have been a metre out from the Bradford line, Ian Fawnley has just got up with no one around him and dropped the ball over the line. That's what the loud cheers are for. George Tafua has just come up with the play of the afternoon. We're calling it now. We've got 8 to go to half-time here at Barricade Hudsall. Both sets of players here in this 1895 Cup semi-final battle royal, they're all being strapped up. Someone's got a bust nose for Bradford in back play, so they're getting the strapping on the forehead. And here we see we've scooted out a dummy half to Rogers. Rogers wrapped up 25 out from halfway. Once again, Kai Rodwell, Jay Pitts, they're the 2 Wakefield defenders. As Kevin Apo now will carry Bradford up to their own 30-metre line. 7 to go to half-time here at Barricade Hudsall. Bradford 8, Wakefield 0 on the scoreboard. Lot to discuss at half-time about where this game's going. We'll wait and see if Josh Bowden comes back out on the field from the HIA as Suter goes down the middle here now with a Coro. It's very simple rugby league from Bradford on this set of 6. They're on the last tackle, 5 shy of halfway. Ball goes back to Lilly. Lilly just kicks towards Daryl Alferts, and the former Lee Castleford Salford man will turn defence into attack as we see Thomas Doyle come off the interchange bench to face his former club. Left Bradford at the end of 22, went to Keighley last season, picked up by Wakefield. And Tom Doyle, Bradford know all about what he can offer as we head towards half-time here with Wakefield facing a 2-score deficit at 8-0. So here goes Doyle, straight out of dummy half as McGilvray plays the ball. He's made 10 metres. He's 5 inside the Bradford half. He'll get a quick play the ball in, will Doyle. That'll allow Jowett to scamper forward. And they're on the last tackle now, Wakefield. 30 out from the Bradford line, centre field in the sun at Hudsall as Mason Leno kicks towards McGowan, and we've got Kay chasing up on the inside, and McGowan wrapped up there by Kay, 5 metres out from his own try line, and we've got 5.5 minutes to half-time here at Barricade Hudsall, Bradford 8, Wakefield 0, and we're in this real interesting period of the game where Wakefield is a full-time team. They have that superior fitness levels. Wakefield, no secret, they like to score a lot of points in the last 10 minutes of each half. They scored 18 last week against Sheffield, 18 against Toulouse, and away to Doncaster, they scored 20 points in the last 10 minutes either side of half-time and full-time. Bradford put under pressure here by Kai Rodwell, and Lily's going to be forced to kick early in the count because he feels Wakefield's defence of intensity is just getting Wakefield on top, and this is a very, very dangerous part of the game now. Bradford have exerted a lot of effort. Not quite sure how much energy is left in the tank, but 8 points to 0. I'm sure they'll be proud as punch that they have the lead and a stranglehold on a trip down the M1 to Wembley. We'll keep you up to date with the latest scores as and when they come in. But Wakefield looking dangerous here with Maddie Ashurst. Ashurst past Rogers. Can't get past Lily and Myers. And now Bradford, they've got to set their defensive stall out inside their own 20-metre line as Kay goes along the line now to Hood, to Lino, misses out Pitts, finds Jowett. Jowett to Fawnley. Fawnley to McGilvery. McGilvery towards the Bradford line. Can't get the ball down. Try saving tackle from Aidan McGowan. As McGilvery plays the ball on top of McGowan's torso, they're going to try and score in at the corner, but it's a penalty to Wakefield because Bradford are offside inside the 10. We've got 4.5 minutes to go to half-time, and Wakefield, do they go for 2 points? No, Daryl Powell says no. They're going to run the ball, and this is a crucial set of 6 here. Eamon O'Carroll would have passed the message on about the stat. Wakefield scoring in the closing moments of each half. Can they do that here? Yes, they can. Mason Lino. It's a lovely bullet pass to Kai Rodwell, and Rodwell will carve the Bulls' defence up. Open at the right-hand side of the post. Wakefield hit back. 4 minutes to go. So Kai Rodwell with 4 minutes to half-time, and that's come off the back of Bradford discipline. And Daryl Powell's decision certainly vindicated, not going for the 2 points there. So 2 Australians, Rodwell and Fulton, exchanging tries here at Hudsall. And it will be Max Jowett to attempt the conversion. He was 6 from 6 last week against Sheffield. He's 37 from 48 in the championship, kicking at 77%. But this one, which is right in front of the Bradford post here, and that was the creative brilliance of Mason Lino. He threw the dummy. There was the decoy. That created the space. Rodwell just coasted through underneath the post. 3 minutes to go to half-time here at Hudsall. Well, strap yourselves in. We've certainly got an interesting second-half performance, and this big 6,000-plus crowd inside the sunshine, they know there's a lot of effort from both sides. So Max Jowett, 6 from 6 last week. 1 from 1 this afternoon. Wakefield strike like they have done so many times this season just before the half-time hooter. It's Bradford Bulls 8, Wakefield Trinity 6, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. It was a really inventive move there from Mason Lino. And Bradford might just be a little bit frustrated that they just couldn't hold out. 2.5 to go to half-time. Bradford 8, Wakefield 6. And the first time this afternoon, Bradford are kicking off on the restart as Aidan McGowan finds Mason Lino. And I think that's Caleb Ueli, who signed a 1-year contract extension on tackle number 1 as Pitts is wrapped up there by Davis and Apo in a 2-man tackle. Danakoro's on the field, and Danakoro and Kevin Apo have forced Wakefield to come up with only error number 3 of the afternoon. We've got a very low error count. Bradford just 1 error, Wakefield 3. And with just minutes left at the end of this first half, Bradford will have a full set of 6. inside the Wakefield half of the field. The scrum will be formed at 30 metres out in a centre field position. So, Bradford 8, Wakefield 6 at Barnacard Hudsall here, West Yorkshire Radio. Mick the Game Caller Gledhill. We do this every Sunday afternoon. Next week, it's Bradford against Sheffield in round 8 of the Championship. So here we go. Crucial period in this game here now with Joe Arundel tackle 1. 20 out from the Wakefield line. Fenton Rodgers. Did he lead with the elbow? Wakefield are saying he did. Officials are going to stop the clock here because Wakefield have a man down at the side of the play the ball. He's not happy and he's going straight towards Fenton Rodgers, but he's been given the all clear. Liam Hood, born in the city of Bradford, not played for Bradford, played for Leeds, Salford, Lee, Wakefield. Scotland international Liam Hood is being spoken to here by referee Liam Rush. So he was not happy about that tackle from Fenton Rodgers. So here we go. We're still not happy because Fenton Rodgers has played the ball before the referee was ready. So it just kind of adds to the build-up, the suspense. Well, Josh Bowden's back out there on the field, so he's back out of the HIA for Wakefield Trinity. There's a Coro plays the ball. Lilly now to Apo. 8 metres out from the Wakefield line. 2 tackles remaining. Bradford 8, Wakefield 6. Can Bradford score just before half-time? Suter's ball, palm back there by Fulton to McGowan. And Bradford have lost a little bit of ground there because McGowan is tackled on the 20-metre line. So a bit of sloppy play there from the Bulls. The ball's in centre field with Lilly. Lilly's going to kick towards Myers and Arundel, but in the end, Alforts leaps up, and just before Arundel and Myers can attempt to take Alforts into touch, he knew that game plan, a box kick play towards the corner, and dealt with the bomb and diffused the danger. So Bradford 8, Wakefield 6 here, as Wakefield now come running with Caleb Ueli. The former Mara Eels man had a spell at Newton Jets, plays the ball 20 shy of halfway. Lino now to McGilvray. McGilvray shoots into Apo and Holmes, and Wakefield are now just coming at the Bradford Bulls as we see Lino's pass touch the Bradford hand. Referee's going to say knock on, but which way does this go? Was the first knock on from Wakefield or was it the Bradford palm? Touch judge gives the call. It's going to Bradford. Wakefield knocked the ball on first, and that is a 4th error from Darryl Powell's side. Well, Bradford last at Wembley in 1997. St Helens 32, Bradford 22. Bradford 3-time Wembley winners. The last time was in 1949 when they beat Halifax by 12 points to 0. Wakefield last at Wembley in 1979, also on the losing team that afternoon. Similar to Bradford in 97, they got beat by Widnes 12 points to 3. 4-time Wembley winners. The last time Wakefield were at Wembley and won was 1963. The same year, my favourite sci-fi show, Doctor Who, was born. At the LNER, it's York 12, Sheffield 16. Unrivalled drama, unrivalled entertainment in the 1895 Cup. Bradford 10 inside the Wakefield half here with Rodgers playing the ball. It'll go from Suter to Holmes. Holmes back on the inside to Apo. Apo's 30 out from the Wakefield line, still centre field. Here goes Holmes to Okoro. The Warrington Wolves loanee is wrapped up 22 metres or so outside the Wakefield line as Lilly enters the 20. Bullet pass towards Fulton. Bradford now on the last tackle, knocking on that Wakefield door. We make it 20 seconds left at the end of this first half. It goes to Lilly, to Holmes. Holmes kicks through for Davies. Max Jowett puts his body there and is taken high by Kevin Apo. Another day, another bounce of the ball. That could go into the arms of Holmes or Davis. In the end, the bounce of the ball and the awareness of Max Jowett. All those years' experience at Wakefield serving him well. Hard to imagine Max Jowett Next year he'll be on for the testimonial. Made his debut against St Helens back in 2014. So the clock says 0 here as Wakefield play the ball 10 shy of halfway. Can Wakefield spring a shock on the Bradford Bulls in the dying seconds of this first half? It has been captivating, enthralling, full of drama as Wakefield now move the ball towards Lino. Hooter sounds, we said it was imminent. Max Jowett wrapped up by Holmes and Tafua. Proceedings back underway. McGowan boots a ball. West Yorkshire Radio Bulls TV. Wakefield have let the ball bounce and the ball's been palmed into the in-goal area, but Kay just manages to take a tackle 5 metres out from his own try line. So it was very nearly a horror start from Wakefield. Half-time score, remember, Bradford 8, Wakefield 6. Wakefield looking for their first win at Odsal since 2006. They've had 8 defeats in a row. 18 years is a very, very long time. Well, whatever happens, the next 40 minutes are going to be something special. Rugby League the winner this afternoon, and Wakefield receive an early penalty because Kevin Appo and Fenton Rogers have held Caleb Ueli in the tackle. So penalty count now is 5 penalties apiece. And this now will see Bradford put themselves under some defensive pressure right at the start of this second half. They're going to have a tap the ball 20 out from the Bradford line. It is absolutely perfect conditions for rugby league. Sweltering for the players. How much energy and effort is left in this Bradford tank. They've just replenished and refilled the tanks after the half-time interval, and now they're doing defending back-to-back sets here. Rodwell, the try scorer at the end of the first half, plays the ball, Hood along the line to Ueli, to Pitts. Pitts is wrapped up 10 metres out, 10 to the right-hand side of the Wakefield post. Ball goes from Doyle to Lino, to Jowett, to Kay. Kay bounces off Lilly. Can't escape the clutches there of Fulton. And he'll play the ball, Liam Kay, the former Toronto man, 2 metres out from the Bradford line as Lino opens the balls up to Jowett. Jowett, oh, good defence from Okoro and Suter and Davis. 5 metres out underneath the post. They're going the direct route again with Kai Rodwell. Rolled over on his back. Last tackle here for Wakefield Trinity. Ball goes out of dummy half from Doyle to Lino. Lovely short ball from Mason Lino. And Manny Ashurst, Wakefield's captain, will give Wakefield Trinity the lead. He's crashed over. A lovely short ball from the Wakefield scrum half. And Manny Ashurst, he played in that £1 million game when Bradford suffered heartbreak at Bellevue in 2015. And has he given Bradford heartbreak once again? Because he's given Wakefield the lead. Not the start that Bradford would have wanted, because they've conceded that penalty late in Wakefield's first set of the second half. And Manny Ashurst, he has sent the 2,000 or so Wakefield supporters behind the Ruley Avenue terracing, jumping for joy in this spring sunshine. So, Wakefield, they've done exactly everything we said at half-time that they needed to do. Dust themselves down, refocus, and be fully committed. And I think from what we've seen so far in this game, it's going to come down to whichever side is disciplined enough. Kick predictor turned on here for Max Jowett. This one is saying 76%. So it's 15 metres in from touch. 10 or so to the left-hand side of the post. This game on a knife edge, so 2 extra points could be crucial to whoever books their place in the 1895 Cup final, but it's the perfect start for Wakefield in the second half. That try from Ashurst converted by Jowett. Bradford 8, Wakefield 12. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Mick the Game Caller Gleddle at Bardercard Odsal. And that will be just the start, just the tonic that Darryl Powell wanted after half-time. So we're back underway via the boot of Aidan McGowan. Lino will take it in. Here goes Ueli, making huge meters here as Bradford. They can't afford to switch off. This Wakefield side has already this season scored 106 tries now in all competitions, sitting top of the table after that unbeaten start to the championship season. As Tom Doyle goes out of dummy half, straight there into Rogers and Davis. 2 metres shy of halfway. Centre field position here for Trinity as they come down the middle with Kai Rodwell. Kai Rodwell's wrapped up there by Lilly and Fulton, and Wakefield on the restart. They're on tackle number 4. Bradford have not had any ball at the start of this second half as Hood goes to Ueli again, and he's making more meters. He offloads it back to Doyle. Doyle to Pitts. Pitts wrapped up there by Davis. It had to be a ball and all tackle. They're on the last here, Trinity. It goes to Lino. He kicks towards young Myers. Myers takes it in the field of play, and it will be a goal line dropout that Wakefield have forced, because Daryl Alforts and Ollie Pratt, also helped there by Ashurst, they let Myers' feet land in the field of play, and he was immediately clattered by 3 energised, hungry Wakefield defenders. And that's the first time we've seen Wakefield have a very good end of set without coming up with an error or a very flat end of set, because they've earned themselves a repeat set of 6. And in the hot, sweltering conditions, this Wakefield possession is going to suck the life out of the Bradford Bulls. Caleb Ueli, tackle 1. Wakefield very quick to extend his contract after his performances so far in the championship. As we said, 37 appearances for the Newtown Jets over 2 years with 8 tries to boot. And here come Wakefield now. They're entering the Bradford Bulls 10-metre line with Matty Ashurst. Doyle's in at dummy half. Short ball, they're trying to crash over with Kai Rodwell, but Fulton comes in. So too Rogers. He's held up over the line. We go back to the 10. And what a start to this second half. This is from Wakefield Trinity. We've had 6 minutes gone. Bradford no ball whatsoever. And Wakefield leading by 12 points to 8. Lino now. Back to Ueli. They're on the last tackle, 5 metres out. He gets to his feet. Lino's calling for it. Doyle pinches one. It's gone to Liam Hood. And Liam Hood crashes over underneath the post. It's his 4th try of the season. The former Leeds Salford Lee man inflicting pain on the last tackle. And Liam Hood has given Wakefield a huge stranglehold on this game. And Wakefield, perhaps they've had the mother of all half-time concessions from Darryl Powell. They're almost certain to open a double score lead and bit of daylight between themselves and the Bulls. Just watching a replay of that on the big screen here at Barricade Odsell, and there's a lot of static Bulls defence there. They've had to do a lot of work, and it's all come off the back of that penalty awarded late in the tackle on the restart. And now Eamon O'Carroll, he fears the worst, because a double interchange early in the second half as Doro and Lawrence come on. He didn't want to use those 2 players this early, but he's clearly forced to make the change, with Wakefield having some momentum, and that pendulum has well and truly swung. Wakefield starting like they did at the end of the first half. Jowett then, from in front of the post, free from Max Jowett. It's Bradford Bulls 8, Wakefield Trinity 18. West Yorkshire Radio Bulls TV. Danakoro leaves the field with what looks to be an ankle injury, and Fenton Rogers, who was struggling a little bit, he leaves for Lawrence. Well, this big Bradford crowd here now trying to get the Bulls back in this game, as Aidan McGowan kicks towards McGilvray, and McGilvray is wrapped up there by Tafua, Lawrence and Davis. Bradford have not had the ball now at all in the opening 8 minutes of this second half, and in that 8-minute period Wakefield have scored 12 points. Ashurst and Kay Jowett free from free. Lawrence and Appo in defence here for Bradford. Well, Bradford, you feel, have to score next here. They simply have to score next. It's been a very, very flat start to the second half for the Bulls, but they might have just come up with an error here because Zach Fulton has put a huge hit here on Caleb Ueli, and Bradford have the ball 40 out from the Wakefield line. So a chance here for the Bradford Bulls. Wakefield's 6th error of the afternoon. They made 8 errors last week. Well, as we've said, it's a rarity for relegated clubs to keep so many players and also improve on the squad. Darryl Powell, new owner Matt Ellis, they've made 13 new signings to complement an already experienced team. Luke Gale, Mason Leno, Jermaine McGilvray, Ian Thornley. Overseas recruitment, Kai Rodwell, Caleb Ueli, Isaiah Vergana, who's currently out injured. Bradford now a huge opportunity to get themselves back in this game. Their first spell of pressure, their first possession in this second half. Appo plays the ball 15 out, under the shadow of the post. Lily to Doro. Doro wrapped up in a three-man tackle. 10 out from the Wakefield line, 5 to the left-hand side of the post. And they're going to go the short side here with Suter to Holmes to Davis. Davis's run is halted by Thornley, 5 metres out. 2 left here on this play for the Bulls. Suter, dummy half to Holmes. Holmes to Appo. And Bradford not going to open up Wakefield with a leisurely run like that. They're on the last tackle here. Suter kicks through. Ball's played at. Still the last. Ball's not played at. Lily kicks through for Kieran Gill. Kieran Gill touches down. And Kieran Gill has got the Bradford Bulls back in this game. Try given. Oh no, it's not. Referee Liam Rush. He goes to the touch judge. The boos and jeers will tell you it's offside. Kieran Gill denied try number 12 of the season. One of Bradford's ever presents. And that was pinpoint accuracy there from Jordan Lilly. Bradford were playing the ball with Davis. It's a very messy play, the ball. Very difficult to see whether Kieran Gill is onside or not on that play. But Wakefield, they get a huge call from the officials. And Liam Rush was about to award the try. And now here come Wakefield up to halfway with Liam Kay. He's playing the ball 5 inside the Bradford half of the field. Doyle's in at dummy half. Once again, Caleb Ueli going through a lot of work in this one. As Liam Hood finds the big man. 20 out from the Bradford line. Tackle 4 here for the Bulls. They've got to defend one more as Kai Rodwell goes through a hole, finds Leno in support. Leno sucks in McGowan and Matty Ashurst. It's a huge pendulum swing of a try because Matty Ashurst has his second, and Wakefield, they are booking their place in the final of the 1895 at Wembley because they've gone up the field and they've hit the Bulls. A spectacular knockout blow. We're in the 52nd minute here, and Matty Ashurst, well, when you watch that try back on the highlights, that was absolutely marvellous from Wakefield Trinity. The pass is sticking like glue, and Bradford, sadly, no answer. Too many players committed to stop the big men, Kai Rodwell and Caleb Ueli. And that has ultimately left Bradford short. Wakefield Trinity 22, Bradford Bulls 8 at Barnacard Hudsall. It has been a scintillating second half showing from Wakefield Trinity. Bradford, the supporters here, hushed, silenced, right at the start of this second half, just when people were beginning to dare to dream. Well, you're just seeing the class of this Wakefield Trinity outfit here. Chance here for Max Jowett to add on an extra 2 points. Kick predictor a little bit more favourable, 86% this time. 5 metres to the left-hand side of the post, in front of the terracing that has the 2,000 Wakefield fans. Jowett adds the extra 2. Bradford Bulls 8. Wakefield Trinity 24. They've had 18 unanswered points at the start of this second half. Well, I'm almost certain Eamon O'Carroll would have said at half-time, expect the mother of all backlashes from Wakefield after a very indifferent first half showing. Bradford now with it all to do to get back in this game. That trip to Wembley, well, we're just about to say the trip to Wembley might be evaporating, or it might be a mirage on the horizon. But Jordan Lilly's restart to Caleb Ueli has seen the former Panorama Eels man knock the ball 10 metres out. So Wakefield continuing to give Bradford gifts. And there's a chance here for Bradford to try and get themselves back in this game. So Jordan Lilly with the scrum, 10 metres out. Suter to Holmes. Holmes, mazy run. Drops it off to Doro. Doro tackled. Well, a try here for Bradford is a huge confidence boost for the men playing in front of their home supporters at Odsall this afternoon. Apo tackle 2, 8 metres out. Underneath the post. Suter goes left to Davis. Davis battering ram mode. Runs straight into Ueli and Jowett. Quick play the ball. Suter's over from dummy half, but he's held up. Can't ground the ball. Back to the 10. Tackle free. 2 left for Bradford here. Scoreboard reads Bradford Bulls 8, Wakefield Trinity 24. And we've had 15 minutes gone of the second half at Bardacard Odsall. So Suter plays the ball on the Wakefield 10. Along the line, Bradford will go. Lilly to Arundel. Arundel's wrapped up there by Kay and Pratt. They're 10 metres out, 5 in from touch on this main stand side. Lilly's calling for the ball. Boot to ball from Lilly. Clearly gets the call from Gill. Ball's gone back from Gill to Tafua, to Holmes. Holmes against McGilvray. Holmes has given the ball to Kieran Gill. Gill can't take it in. Bradford come up with the error. I like that. I think Eamon might like it as well. It was a little bit unorthodox, the kick, trying to catch Wakefield out cold. Very nearly come off, but unfortunately, Bradford just not able to keep possession in. And credit to Jermaine McGilvray, all that experience. Those England internationals, as we mentioned, the World Cup final back in 2017. He realised what Holmes was doing. He was going to go on the runaround play and head towards the corner. And before Holmes had kind of altered his run towards the corner, McGilvray, that instinct, he knew there was space for Holmes to score, and that's immediately why he shifted over there. Bradford 8, Wakefield 24, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Wakefield fully in control of this one. It's been a good first half performance by the Bulls, but in the end, the experience and the fitness now is what might be their undoing. I'm sure they'll have a long, hard say about that. They still believe there's time and room on the scoreboard for them to get back into it. Wakefield then on the last tackle, 10 shy of halfway with Mason Leno. Ball goes down to McGowan, bounce of the ball, headed into touch, and that will be a play the ball to the Bradford Bulls, 12 metres out from their own try line. Well, as we said, it's very rare for relegated clubs to keep so many of their star players and then further still improve upon them with Kai Rodwell, Caleb Ueli and Isaiah Vagana. But credit to Matt Ellis, bold ambitions, bold statements for Wakefield Trinity over the next couple of years. Bradford will have to do it the hard way to get back into Super League. As Doro offloads the ball behind him to McGowan. McGowan's wrapped up, 25 shy of halfway. Is there a way back in this game for the Bradford Bulls? They are up against the meanest, toughest defence in the Championship. Wakefield conceding, on average, just 10 points a game. As Lilly now, just shy of halfway, goes wide to Holmes. Loop pass now to McGowan. McGowan wrapped up by Leno. 5 shy of halfway. And Mason Leno knew what McGowan was trying to do there. Michael Lawrence will carry Bradford inside the Wakefield half. Good surging run from Michael Lawrence. They're on the last tackle though, the Bulls. 40 out from the Wakefield line. Lilly will target Alferts. Here come Arundel and Myers. And Arundel and Myers will force Daryl Alferts to lose the ball. That one's gone forward. Well, the officials have missed that one, and now Wakefield will play against the call, against the whistle. There was an opportunity there for Bradford, certainly, as McGilvery now in possession, and the referee's just saying to Michael Lawrence that it went sideways, not forwards. So Wakefield getting the rub of the green on that occasion, and now it's up to Bradford to stop Wakefield's attacking march. Liam Kay, career appearance 250. 10 inside the Bradford half of the field. Doyle now to Hood, to Leno, to Pitts. Pitts, back to Leno, to Jowett. Jowett wrapped up there by Apo and Doro. Wakefield on the last tackle. Game settling into a bit of rhythm here as Mason Leno drills the ball into touch over the head of George Tafua. And Wakefield's game management now is just sprinkling on this Bradford Bulls performance on a hot, sweltering afternoon. The energy levels not quite at critical, but we're about to see Tyrone Ott come on the field here. Bradford's 7th interchange as Mitch Suter has done nearly a full hour on the field. So 22 minutes left for Bradford to get themselves back in this game. It's been a real strong showing from Wakefield at the start of this second half. Matty Ashurst with a brace of scores, throwing Liam Kay's effort. It's 18 unanswered points and Bradford chasing the game. Bradford 8, Wakefield 24. Myers is wrapped up here, 10 shy of halfway. Tyrone Ott out of dummy half to Doro. Doro's up to halfway. Ball's gone backwards out the tackle. Myers puts the fend in. Myers gets the ball away, but it's gone to Daryl Alferts. He didn't really need to do that. So Bradford, only a 4th error of the afternoon. Just want some level-headedness and some composure. But Wakefield in a commanding position here at Bardercard Odsall. 24-8 their lead. A 5th try of the afternoon probably does put this game beyond any reasonable doubt. They'll meet later on in the season here in August. In July. As Wakefield now look to book their place at Wembley with Liam Kay, who's twisting, turning. There's no support there. He's wrapped up 5 metres out from the the Bradford line. They're on the last tackle here, Wakefield. 24-8 to the good on the scoreboard as Leno towards Jowett, towards Atone, to Fawnley. Fawnley back to McGilvery, and Jermaine McGilvery on his return to action for Wakefield Trinity. He will skip past Tom Holmes. He will skip past George Tafua. And all that England international experience is showing on this Wakefield side. He was the right place, right time. And that's the try that unfortunately will signal Bradford's demise this afternoon. Well, we spoke about the danger signs for Bradford being that Wakefield have the superior fitness levels, and they do like to score a lot of points in the bookend periods of games, but it's the period before half-time and directly after half-time where Wakefield have sprung into action. Some of the Bradford supporters looking up here at the back of the gantry. A crestfallen demeanour about their appearance and reflections. I think they were in dreamland at half-time, but Wakefield Trinity, they have answered any critics that they had after what would be described as a fairly flat and average first-half performance. Well, the Bull supporters know this game is done and dusted at this stage. There's no way back, you feel. Despite there being 20 minutes, it's 28 points to 8. We've seen Bradford come back in recent seasons against Featherstone in the Challenge Cup, which went to Golden Point extra time. Well, this would probably eclipse From Hall in 1997 if Bradford come back from this. Max Jowett, kick predictor's only at 40% from the touchline. And the kick predictor is right. He's missed it. His first miss of the afternoon. And the scoreboard here at Bartercard Odsal reads Bradford Bulls 8, Wakefield Trinity 28. And we've got 19 to go on the clock. What is left from the Bradford Bulls? They've certainly shown that they can match and mix it up with Wakefield for long periods. Jordan Lilly's gone short. Bradford not going to get the look of the bounce of the ball as Apo had just overrun the bounce. He wasn't to know where the bounce of the ball was going to go. Luckily for Wakefield, Matty Ashurst, Wakefield's captain, his Wakefield's talisman, was in the right place at the right moment there to deal with that. Doro's gone on the shoulder of Renu Fatoni. He doesn't like that one, does the Kiwi. Made his NRL debut back in 2018, Renu Fatoni. The former Canterbury, Sydney Roosters man. Doyle goes over from dummy half, makes a couple of metres forward, wrapped up there by Arundel and Apo. Kay's in at dummy half now. Towards Hood. Here goes a Tony again. Line break from a Tony. Pass goes on the outside. Look flat. Officials play on. Last tackle here for Wakefield. Doyle. Lino. Crossfield kick targets Myers. Alferts. Myers does well, takes it in goal, and Bradford go to the 20. It will be a 7-tackle set here. This will be the 0 as Myers shows and goes, but he goes straight into Hood and a Tony, and he's wrapped up 25 out on the 0 tackle. Here goes George Tafua now down the middle. Tackle 1. Well, I'm just looking at the effectiveness of this Wakefield defence, and whilst Bradford's defence, the third best in the championship, has been heavily praised, Wakefield's the best. You can see just how difficult it is. Very minimal thinking time for Bradford to try and unlock it as McGowan just makes 10 metres inside the Wakefield half of the field. Otson at dummy half, fires it towards Lawrence. Lawrence to Doro. Doro's trying to offload the ball in the tackle, but he's wrapped up there by Doyle and Hood. And they're on tackle 4 here, Bradford. They're 25 metres out from the Wakefield line. They go towards Lilly, to Davis. Davis to Gill. Gill to Tafua. McGilvray wraps up Tafua. 15 out. 2 metres in from touch. Last tackle coming up here for the Bulls. Now or never. Lilly kicks towards the corner. Kieran Gill will touch down. Try number 12 of the season. And are the Bradford Bulls about to start the mother of all rugby league comebacks? Second time of asking. Pinpoint accuracy from Jordan Lilly on the kick through to Gill. McGilvray out of position. We've got 16 minutes left at Bartercard Odsal. Whisper it quietly. The Bulls might not be done just yet. It's 5 tries to 2. They know they're going to have to score more points than they currently have on the board. But Kieran Gill, he's now 6 tries in his last 4. Kick predictor for Jordan Lilly at 30%, right on that far stand touchline. But that will go between the posts. Free from Jordan Lilly. We've got 15 minutes left on the clock. Bradford Bulls 14, Wakefield 28. Is the life left yet in the Bradford Bulls? The Wembley dream might not just be over just yet. Well, after 24 minutes of this second half, the Bulls have been able to finally breach the Wakefield steel wall, and it was a lovely delicate kick down that left-hand side that's created that opportunity and space for Kieran Gill to touch down in at the corner. The question is now, and the message from Eamon O'Carroll to Bradford is, can you go again? George Tafua, tackle 1 on the restart. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Sunday afternoon rugby league in the sunshine. Who is off to Wembley? At the minute, it's Wakefield. Bradford will have a little bit of a say about that. At the LNER Stadium, York still keeping things tight against the Sheffield Eagles. It's York 18, Sheffield 26. And London are on course for their first Super League win of the season. They lead Hull FC by 28 points to 18. Here at Bardacard Odsal, Bradford 14, Wakefield 28. Are we about to have a grandstand finale? We'll see what's happening. Bradford on the last tackle with John Davis playing the ball. 20 shy of halfway as Jordan Lilly has been taken out here off the ball. The officials had a look at it, but they'll say the contact was minimal. Lilly, to be fair, has got straight back up. McGilvery back in possession here for Wakefield. And Josh Bowden, who left the field in the first half with that HIA, he comes back on for his third stint, I do believe, out there in a Wakefield shirt this afternoon. So, Bradford just need to keep their defence alert and keep this intensive pressure and stop Wakefield from scoring a sixth try. Still feel at this stage the clock will be Bradford's worst enemy as Liam Kay darts through from dummy half. He's 5 out from the Bradford line now. They're on the last tackle, Wakefield, with Lino in front of the post. Apple nearly picked the pass from Lino. It's charged down and knocked forward from Apple. Thornley has it, and it's a fresh set of 6 here for Wakefield. And now you feel there's a real opportunity for Wakefield to put this game to bed. Bradford 14, Wakefield 28 here at Bardacard Odsal in sweltering hot conditions. We've got 12 minutes left on the clock. It's going to be Bowden who plays the ball across the face of the post with Lino. Misses out to Tony, to Kay. Kay wrapped up there by Arundel. Good defence there from the former Wakefield man. Bradford still showing a response and resilience in defence here. They want to keep Wakefield's score to a minimum, but ultimately the game-breaking moment does appear to be the 18 unanswered points right at the start of this second half. Lino now towards Jowett. Jowett trying to dart through, can't get past Davis. Tackle 4, one left here for Daryl Powell's side, who are looking for a first Wembley appearance in 47 years as Pitt's run is halted as he's wrapped up there by Kieran Gill over on the far stand side. Last tackle now for Wakefield as Mason Lino kicks into space. Did Tyra not play at that? Yes, he did. And that's another set restart given to Wakefield because referee Liam Rush says Tyra Nott's foot played the ball. And now this is a third consecutive Wakefield set of 6. 15 out from that Bradford try line. 11 minutes to go here. Well, this is just taking time off the clock, if anything. Bradford 14, Wakefield 28. Wakefield looking for their first win here in 18 years. 2006 was the last time they left Odsal with any recognition and any points. And the try from Renouf Antony. Renouf Antony as they surged over past the Bulls' defence at the side of the post, and that's the moment with 10 minutes to go that Wakefield will book their place in the 1895 Cup Final. Bradford 14, Renouf Antony, Wakefield's 6th try scorer of the afternoon. We're in the 71st minute now here at Bardacard Odsal. And it's the former Bulldog, the former Rooster, the Kiwi, Renouf Antony. Just too much power, too much strength. Bradford's defence buckled, busted, and bombed out. Kick predictor here for Max Jowett, 100%, just to the left-hand side of the post. Wakefield about to open up a 4-score lead. Well, they've certainly had to do it tough, the Bradford Bulls, this afternoon. As always, we'll get the thoughts from Daryl Powell, Eamon O'Carroll at full time. They'll be on the West Yorkshire Radio SoundCloud page for your listening pleasure. Jermaine McGilvery leaves the field, struggling to take his top off because it's just stuck to his torso with all the sweat. So Max Jowett, he adds on an extra 2 points for Wakefield Trinity. It's Bradford 14, Wakefield Trinity 34 here at Odsal Stadium. Wakefield back with that 20-point advantage. And it's been Kai Rodwell Liam Kay, a brace to Maddie Ashurst, Jermaine McGilvery and Renouf Atoni, the try scorers for Wakefield Trinity this afternoon. West Yorkshire Radio Bulls TV, Jordan Lilly goes shallow as Lachlan Walmsley has come on the field here for the visitors, the former Whitehaven and Halifax winger. A very impressive strike and try-scoring record from him. Well, for those watching on Bulls TV, you'll just see here the strapping on the forehead of young Harvey Wilson, who's come back out there on the field. The blood on the shirt there of Zach Fulton. Bradford have given a fully committed effort in the end. The class of Wakefield Trinity. Just too much as a wayward ball is picked up by Walmsley. Tafua wraps him up. Ball and all tackle. Well, Bradford 14, Wakefield 34. It's looking like it's going to be Wakefield against Sheffield. The current top two in the championship meeting each other. As Lino on the last tackle on halfway scuffs his kick, but that will bounce up kindly here for young Aidan McGowan. Bradford back in possession here. Anything that happens now for Eamon O'Carroll's Bradford side, it'll just be scant consolation. Wakefield will be going to Wembley on June the 8th. And it's looking currently like they'll be facing the Sheffield Eagles, who won the inaugural competition back in 2019 when they defeated Widnes by 36 points to 18. That should be some final. Michael Lawrence now towards Holmes. Holmes kicks early, but Kieran Gill didn't expect the boot to ball from Tom Holmes. And there's a chance here now for Daryl Alforts, who's broken clear. He's got McGowan and Myers chasing him. Valiant chase back by McGowan. But it's a try to Daryl Alforts. He played under Darryl Powell at Castleford. He's been rewarded with a starting place this afternoon. And Daryl Alforts scores Wakefield's 7th try of the afternoon. And it's 38 points to 14 here at Bardacard Hudsall. We're in the 75th minute, 4 minutes to go on the clock. And now Wakefield, they're in that bookmaker's territory who gave Bradford a 26 start earlier on this morning. Ladies score at the LNER Stadium. It's still York 18, Sheffield 26. Closing moments of that one. Mark Aston and Sheffield, synonymous with what happened against Wigan in 98. They're going back to Wembley again. It's heartbreak for Bradford. But Wakefield Trinity, they will be booking their place at Wembley on Saturday, the 8th of June. And that was Daryl Alforts just skipping past some Bradford Bulls defence. Unfortunately, Bradford just running empty on the tank. I think the two early interchanges at the start of the second half, bringing on Doro and Lawrence, that kind of was the gamble from Eamon O'Carroll. He had to stop Wakefield's ascendancy and momentum, but in the end, it's left Bradford short at the end of this game. Max Jowett then 10 metres in from touch. Can he take Wakefield out to 40 points? Yes, he can. That one just creeps inside the far right upright. We've got 4 minutes to go here. Bradford 14, Wakefield 40. Jowett 6 from 7. That will aid his goal kicking percentage. So Jordan Lilly will put boot to ball. Well, we do believe they've just announced the attendance as 6,730. So that is the largest attendance of any 1895 Cup game outside of the final at Wembley. So credit where credit's due, an all-pay crowd. A large following from Wakefield. And a large attendance, which will bring some much-needed money into both clubs' coffers. But Wakefield thoroughly deserved winners in the end on the back of this strong second half performance. They've posted 34 points. Bradford just showing a response with Kieran Gill, and here they are on the restart. 10 inside the Bradford half. Mason Leno kicks towards McGowan. McGowan lets that go into touch. And with just a couple of minutes left on the clock here at Barricade Odsal, this one's done and dusted. Well, at half-time, it could have been a case of what could have been. Bradford supporters were daring to dream. But in the end, Wakefield heeded Darryl Powell's half-time words. They've stuck to the game plan. And it was that early second half onslaught, those 3 back-to-back scores, 18 answered points in 6.5 minutes. That has been the Bulls' undoing this afternoon. But there's been a lot of effort, a lot of commitment from Bradford. And when these two sides meet in the middle of July, I'm almost certain it will be another large crowd and another great game to boot. Here goes Mitch Suter inside the Wakefield half of the field, wrapped up there by Pitts and Leno. 90 seconds left on the clock here at Barricade Odsal. 5 metres inside the Wakefield half. Gills at dummy half to Lawrence. Along the line now to Lilly. To Holmes. To Arundel. Arundel's gone without the ball. Knock on there from Bradford. You could see what they were trying to do. They were trying to draw in Pratt and Alforts. And in the end, the ball not being able to be taken by Arundel. So we're in the final minute here at Barricade Odsal. Bradford 14, Wakefield 40. Bradford leading 8-0 after 15 minutes. 8-6 at half-time, but what a second half showing from Wakefield Trinity. Mason Leno has controlled the game from the first whistle. He gets the West Yorkshire Radio Man of the Match this afternoon. Wakefield fans are counting us down here. There won't be time for the scrum to be completed. Full time here at Barricade Odsal. Bradford 14, Wakefield Trinity 40.